have Punit Vara with his speech titled Kichidi is Family. Punit Vara, Kichidi is Family.
Put your hands up if you're cold today. We've been in a cold spike, haven't we, recently? And I want you to imagine you're not here, you're back at home, you're on your nice sofa, you've got a warm comforter, and you are in your favorite position in your sofa. You have a nice warm beverage, maybe it's tea, coffee, maybe it's soup, and you feel warm, content. Maybe you're with your loved ones, maybe you're watching TV or reading a book, and that feeling of warm, feeling content, feeling calm. There's a word for that in Danish, hygge. For me, hygge is when I eat kichidi. I get that same feeling. For the uninitiated, kichidi is made from 3 or 4 different things: rice, lentils, and some random vegetables you might find in your fridge or around your kitchen. And it's cooked in a pressure cooker. And what comes out is a disgusting yellow, green, thick, porridge-like consistency, which goes plop on your plate. But I eat that, and I get hygge with it. What if I were to tell you that kichidi is family, and family is kichidi? So I've grown up without grandparents. They had passed away when my dad lost his parents when he was quite young. My mum had lost her parents, or her dad, so I only left my nanny. I didn't live with my nanny, she lived in India all her life. But when I was a young boy, around 7, or in year 7, year 8, year 9, or around year 7, year 8, my parents had managed to convince her to come along to the UK to spend some time with us, in the hope that she likes the UK and we can get her settled here, rather than living alone in India. Now, as a young boy, you're getting your freedom. You're going to school by yourself. You're coming back by yourself. You're going running errands for your mum or your dad. Or you're going with your friends without parental supervision. Freedom. And what did my mum say to me? Dikra, daro katlo appa noche. Meaning, you're going to have to give up your bed for your nanny. That's a big thing for a young boy who's getting his independence. You have to give up your bed. Eventually, I agreed. And then we went to pick her up at Heathrow Airport. There's 2 things I noticed with my nanny as she came across. One, like me, she's not gifted with the gift of height. Second was her eyes. Imagine her eyes, a paradise, the ocean in the sun. That was the color of her eyes, that blue. So the first thing I said to my mum, Mum, why don't you have those eyes? Why don't I have those eyes? I'm short and I don't have these eyes. Then a few weeks pass, a few months pass. My mum's like, let's get your nanny active. Let's get her assembled in the UK, or get her used to our life in the UK. And this is the only memory I have of my nanny and I, was our Sunday routine. We used to go to the local library. And it's only a 15-minute walk from my house to the library. So I used to take her through the scenic route, which was the park. Imagine the grass, the green grass, the smell of freshly cut grass, the crow cackling, the birds tweaking. And I'd take her to the library, and I sat her down in the favorite armchair that was there, put a purse down next to her, and then help her peruse through the Gujarati section, whether it's the newspapers or the books. And then we used to walk back home on a Sunday evening, and then we shared a bowl of kichidi together. That was hygge for me. During those years in my high school, summer used to be brilliant for me. I used to get away from my parents, that independence. And I used to go to my cousin's place, who was only 20 minutes away from me. There was 3 of us. And all we used to do is play cricket in his back garden. Imagine a long garden, lawn, and then what we've done is scratched up a little area of mud so we can make it a batting crease. But I don't remember the amount of centuries I hit in his back garden or the amount of wickets I've taken in his back garden. I don't remember that. I remember his family dynamic with his nanny that was there. His nanny used to give us fresh water. And we used to have proper test cricket, my morning session, an afternoon session, and an evening session, a full day worth of cricket. But I don't remember any of that. I remember his nanny giving us water, cutting us fresh fruit to eat. And then what do we have in the evening as a shared family? A bowl of kichidi. It was delicious. That was hygge. Feeling of warmth, contentment, and just blissfulness. Now, as I said, I did not grow up with my grandparents. I don't know who they are. But I have the privilege of working from home and living with my parents. But what I can see now is I'm an observer to my parents, who are now grandparents. Anyone have kids here? Anyone looking to have kids? Good luck. So my parents are grandparenting twins, my niece and my nephew. And that's a pressure cooker right there. Whilst my dad is changing nappy, my little nephew's trying to turn the gas knob on. Whilst my niece is trying to getting her feed, my nephew's trying to open the front door. It is a cacophony of pressure environment. They'll do anything for their own entertainment. So it's only a few weeks ago when they come into a routine. 8 o'clock in the morning, they go to the mandir, arti. They'll get pranam from the grandparents and everyone that's in the mandir. And then they go to the Maharaj, and then they come back with a half-eaten apple. And then we'll get them to bed. My parents will put them to bed. And then in the afternoon, what would they have to eat? A warm bowl of? Kichidi. So it's only a few weeks ago, we've only left them. They're toddlers now when you left them in the kitchen, the sitting room. We've come back home, back into the room. And the whole floor, the whole bibs, the faces, was all covered in kichidi. And both my parents just laughed and proclaimed that this was the best job, being a grandparent. That was hygge for them. Now, if I contextualize everything for you, kichidi is family. Family is kichidi. What do I mean? At the start, I mentioned that kichidi is made of rice, lentils, vegetable, all cooked in a pressure cooker. The individual ingredients of kichidi is us as family members. When we're put into a pressure cooker, that's our individual problems that we all have in our families. Maybe there's triumphs, maybe there is failure. That's fine. What comes out is a gloop on your plate. That's kichidi. And once consumed, you get hygge. Warm, comforting, and most importantly, you have gratitude.